Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Last you left me, I was just outside of Defiance Bay. Actually, just finished Act 3, and I have to say I haven't played too much since then. I've just been really busy this week, but once you actually do that, the only logical place to go to is Twin Elms, and that's where I am right now. So I actually just made the way to Twin Elms right here, and now I'm on the way to Elms Reach. I've done Elm Shore. I finished the last bounty, which was killing the ogres, which is apparently the hardest bounty there is to do. It was not that challenging. It was okay. It was a decent fight. And then I went into Heartsong, which is where I am right now. And in Heartsong, there's a couple of things to do, but mainly you go to the Passage of the Six, and you talk to one of the clan leaders there, and she allows you into the other districts, which is where we're going right now, and to just explore and see what's up. And this is actually interesting because so far this is one thing that we haven't done in these videos. We haven't actually gone into a city and just explored the city for what it is. When I went into Defiance Bay, I did it on my own, and I think the videos there were at the start and at the end, so not really in the middle of just exploring a city. I've already explored this place entirely, in its entirety, I think. Pretty much done everything I can, and now I'm going into Elm Shore, I think. So let's do that. Elms Reach, excuse me. This is Elm Shore. This is Elms Reach. Alright, so we're going into Elms Reach. Okay, let's go. Take me 1 hour. Alright. Yeah, just, standard stuff. Act 3. Figure out what the hell's going on. Everybody's level 10 and a half. So I guess we'll be reaching level 12 pretty soon. I don't know, because we're just the beginning of Act 3, and if Act 3 is the size of Act 1 or Act 2, actually Act 2 is the biggest, Act 1 wasn't that big. So, yeah, let's just explore and see what's up here. So, Hall of Warriors, we've got the Blood Sands, whatever the hell that's Tir Evron, Twin Elms, and the Golden Grove. Okay, so what's in here? This is Glenfathan Home.
My eyes are peeled.
Okay. So I can't actually still steal this because I'm visible. So, oh god, my eye. The only way to steal this without being visible, yeah, I can't actually do this. So I don't want to lose reputation, so I'm not gonna steal that. I'm just gonna go into this house. God, my eye. I'm not really, like, I steal everything that I can, but it's not that I try to, like, too much, because you'll lose reputation if you do that too much.
Nope.
So whatever, there's only tribesmen here, so I don't think there's anything too big that I can steal. A wreath of straw woven with an animal bones hang from the shelf. And here, this one I can actually go into and steal. Because the eye thing isn't on top of me. Spread of Crossy, okay, there's a lot of money there, but I don't really need money. I kind of have infinite fucking money.
Hey.
And I have, like, I'm about to hit 6 digits, so. I just don't spend it. I don't buy anything. And a lot of people are like, you should. You should buy things, especially named weapons and armor from merchants, because why the hell wouldn't you? It's just better than what you have. And yeah, but I'm such a conservative. I don't like spending anything, even though it's really stupid because I have so much, but I just don't do that. I just don't. Protector child, confident tribesman, worried huntress, boar companion. Is there like something I could talk to them here? Yes, there is. Worried huntress. A Glenfathan woman stares at the ground, her bushy eyebrows frown in a straight line. Never before has a man slipped past with so much ease, a sign, a dark sign. An elven man waves his hand in an arc over the ground. It has come to pass. At the end of the motion, his long fingers close into a fist. We could not have foreseen it. The Delmgan could not either. The woman shakes her head. And what does that tell us? She notices you, her thick eyebrows arching in surprise. Estramore. Excuse us, we are not used to your kind here under the great trees. If we can assist you, we will. Tell me about the man you speak of. Not Glenfathan. Broke into the tower, here in Elms Reach. Nobody saw him come, not even the Delmgan. He moved in silence like a Stelgar in the shadows. Our hunters caught no scent until it was too late. But we heard the stones crack when he stepped inside Tir Evron. Dark omen, I say this. Delmgan, what are they? They are ancient children in the giant elms. Our people have lived with the two sisters in peace since we arrived hundreds of years ago. Delmgan call us friends. We call them our own kin. Our protection, their wisdom. Together we share a strong bond. They have always lived under the shadow of the great elms. Walk until you cross the stream, and there you will find the Delmgan sisters. The Delmgan sisters. Goodbye. So,
Hey.
yeah, we are actually where we need to be. Those are Stilgars, which are basically lions. Kinda, or they're black lions, whatever. So yeah, I've been learning about their culture here in Twin Elms, and they're the Glanfathans. They don't want you to go into. They guard the ruins like Killiant Lys and Cleabanrilag and all of those, and it's pretty interesting stuff. I mean, learning about this world for as much as I can understand what the hell's going on here. Stack Companion. This is just. I still don't have... I can go to Old Song, but I still can't go to Burial Island, Ariel. So we're going to have to try and do that. And see how we actually get there. Because, you know, I don't want to go there now, but I want to open the possibility of going there. Which is important in this game. So, yeah, that. Alright. Loading time. Loading times. Alright. I should probably like start doing there you go. Start doing perceptions because they're in houses and stuff, and use that more. 2 to 2. There's also camping supplies that I can't take. There is also Starlit Garb, exceptional spell. Yeah, it might be this. It might be this one. Because there was, I think it was an Elm Short, one of the houses. That's what I remember. Where the hell is it? The Sealed Missive. Yeah, the Sealed Missive. So I need to deliver the Dead Monk's missive to a member of his order. They should be staying in Celestial Sapling in Twin Elms, which I've seen them, but I haven't talked to them yet because I wanted to get this. I've read the missive the monk carried. Here's what it said. Rejoice, seekers. The judicious application of pain has loosened the tongue of our informant. The artifact we seek has recently been moved to Elms Reach, which is where I am right now and what I just stole. It should be secured in a residence near the entrance of the settlement, which is exactly where I am. The informant suggested it is likely stashed away under the floor, which is exactly where I found it. We have endured much in the pursuit of this hollowed relic. Soon our efforts will come to fruition. The Council of Archmartyrs awaits your triumphant return. Do not fail us. So I still have to give it back to them, but I wanted to actually get it before doing so. And this looks really good. So it's exceptional 4 damage reduction, defense against spells, wow, and 2 to athletics. This is totally legit. This is totally legit. This one is also exceptional as well, and has 2 to survival, which I really don't care about. So I guess I could just do this. Do I look pretty? Oh, I do. I look prettier. This gives me way more stuff, though. What does she hold right now? She also has 7, but this is better. So I guess I could give it to her. It really doesn't matter. And now she's pretty. Yay. Prettiness. Whatever. Okay, I don't even... Whatever.
Hey.
I guess we got that, though. Okay, so now I have to go back to... I won't do that now, but we have to go back and talk to them and just finish the quest. The task. Excuse me. It's a task. It's like 1,000 experience, which at this point is not much when it's divided to 6 people. 6 people. That's 5. That's 6. Alright. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I get it.
All right,
because if I talk to them and then go and get it and it's not there because they already took it, I'll be pissed. So yeah. I can actually...
Margaret's fire cast
Yeah,
light
okay.
in dark.
And that one is going to be a little bit more problematic to get. Because they're probably...
Thoughts will be as silent as my
Go away and... Oh, this guy is still here. So... Yeah, forget it. It doesn't matter. It's probably like nothing.
Huh?
So let's go in this home and see if there's anything interesting in here as well. Probably not. And then we can move on to actual things that are actual things, you know? Grant bonuses that stack with bonuses from other item types. Tribesmen and tribeswoman. Woman and men.
No problem.
Nice and quiet.
Yeah, Oh, Lord Giving of Perception. Lyripip of Thinking. And there's other stuff, and there's other stuff. Whatever. I wish there was an ability... There was... Like, I don't know how stealing works, but I don't think that it helps too much. I mean, it's mainly just... You need to be in stealth mode and not have an eye icon on your character to steal without being detected. And if you are detected, it depends on what you steal and the people. If they go hostile, in which case you're fucked, or you just lose a little bit of reputation. And I don't think in most cases stealing is worth it, so I'm just not even going to try. So that's the... Okay, we've done this little area. Let's go up here to the left first. Stelgar warriors and all of that stuff. My game feels like the FPS is slow, and I wonder why. I really need to clean my computer of dust to have it run a little bit better. I haven't done that, and I meant to do that today, but I haven't.
My eyes are peeled.
Not yet, at least. Sure.
Hey.
Okay. Stelgar. Stelgier. And this is Arthwin, which is... It has a name. Oh, this I love. You see this? I can't see the name of this dude. He's a warrior. It was funny. I laughed. Okay, there's nothing here. There's a child, there's Earthwind, which I'll talk to in a second, and another Stelgar, and that's pretty much it. Hall of Warriors. Oh, wait. Pilgrim's Crown, and you could go in. So let's talk to Earthwind. Oh, well, yes, I could do that. A lanky hunter grooms his stubble, a patched fuzz of blonde hairs, while listening attentively to a young elven woman. She whispers in his reddened ears and giggles. With his head still lowered, he flashes a white smile in return. The hunter notices you. He clears his throat and straightens his back, adopting an air of dignity. I've been expecting you. Oh, really? My tribesmen have told me that you're speaking the truth about Fjorm's exile. Fjorm's exile. He combs his sparse stubble, darting a glance to the elven woman. Well, Earthone doesn't hide from the truth. Ask and I'll answer. So you haven't seen the beginning of this quest, so let's just make it clear. They have a thing called a blood hunt. I think it's a blood hunt, where two people of different tribes actually go on a hunt together. And he went with another guy, and the other guy exiled himself for failing the hunt or something. And, well, they don't believe him. So they want to figure out what happened. So he says, he's a smug little asshole. So let's see what happens. What happened to Fjorm? Arthur looks down and licks his lips. Fjorm, he pushes his blonde bristles away from the edges of his mouth. Every tribe knows his prowess, a hunter of great name. But this time he fell behind. We spotted the giant Stelgar on the Sentinel's Ridge above the waterfall of the Northweld. It was stalking for prey. Arthur lightly shakes his head. Fjorm wanted us to split. He'd lure the beast to the river and I'd flank it. The hunter scratches his flushed earlobe. But the beast didn't come down to the riverbank, so we tried to circle it on the ridge. I climbed faster, and there it was, ready to pounce on me. Arthur thrust his fist forward. I pierced flesh midair, rolled over, and stabbed at it again and again. And it was dead. The hunter pushes his mustache back and looks up. Fjorm couldn't believe he didn't earn the kill, not even a cut. He said he'd not return with the shame of losing to a twice-split arrow. Earthman sighs. I pleaded, but he was a keeper of the stone. He'd not listen, and now he's exiled. Who knows where. Okay, that sounds like a good lie. Tell me about your tribe. We're young, the youngest tribe in Irglanfoth. Arthron hesitated for a moment, stretching his beard, and then spreads his long legs apart. Okay, but we're not weak. The other tribes have their history, and now we, the tri-split arrows, we're making our own. Arthron puffs his chest and pounds it with a fist. We're true Glanfothans, true hunters, have proven our worth. His patches of golden stubble sparkle alongside a glowing smile. It was me, not Fjorm, who killed the giant Stelgar. Okay, so he's probably kind of lying. The way that it works, there's a lot of tribes, but the 6 main ones are the ones that govern the rest of them. And even among them, there's still some kind of bickering, and some are bigger than others, more serious than others. So basically, we're just gonna have to go over there and see what happens after hearing from him. So okay, we'll do that later on, clearly. And let's go in here to the Hall of Warriors and see how this works out. I usually try and not like make sure that I have all the options, and I actually did in Heart Song, I think Hearth Song, the first area in this town. I just didn't really do too much, and didn't really. There was a quest that I had an option of having only when I have like 4 reputation with Twin Elms, and I just said screw it, I'm not going to wait, I just want to finish this quest now. So I didn't see everything that was possible, but whatever, it's not a huge deal, I guess. The 3-tusked Stelgar are the most aggressive and crazy motherfuckers around, apparently. So that's why the Hall of Warriors has so many of them, or at least that's what I think.
Quickly and quietly.
Yeah, I'm just going to unlock this. I clearly can't take what's inside, but I want to unlock them because
Stop me for long.
I actually get experience for just, unlocking these things. The crates contain the few necessity of a Glanfathan traveling party. Furs and blankets, sturdy hide clothing, and gifts of carved Ardra. Can I actually take this?
And not be seen.
Can I actually take this? No, it doesn't seem like I can take that. Poultry. Chicken. Wilder woman. Yeah, not much. Simok. Okay, so those are people. And in here, 3-tusk warrior, if you leave...
My eyes are peeled.
Now, if you leave, I'll be able to steal 450 gold. Leave this room. Leave, but I'll respect him. So Simok is probably the main dude here. Let's just talk to him. And see what quest. Give me a quest. Country with the 3-tusked Stelgar, apparently.
What brings you here?
A grizzled old elf, his hair braided and dyed, stands at one end of the hall. His arms and chest are cross-hatched with the pale seams of scars. His crooked smile looks like another. It's not many Estermorn who are permitted into our sacred city. Bithwell must be feeling especially soft today. Eder pays no attention to the elf and instead has locked eyes with the Stelgar in front of him. He whispers to you, "Do you think he'd mind if I pet his Stelgar?" For some reason, Eder really likes petting stuff. Sagani lowers her head. Remember how well that worked out last time when he pet the fox and the fox bit him? Come to hear your future at Tir Evron. His smile widens, exposing a row of yellow, crooked teeth. Surprising that it's always yellow, crooked teeth. Always. Okay. Or to make, what is it? Red crooked teeth or something. Okay. Or to make your own at Blood Sands. What's Blood Sands? An ancient place of sacrifice, he laces his fingers together, in a cave by the great elms themselves. Restin and his droids have been an integral part of Glanfathan's society for generations, no matter what some of the other tribes might say. Glanfath has held its own against the Estermorn because some of us still understand the power of sacrifice. Benevolent, too, he gives you an appraising eye. Does the thought make you uncomfortable? It should. It is what's kept our society alive for so long. And he says that just because I have 2 in benevolent, which is kind of, I mean, yeah, I guess I've clicked benevolent a couple of times, but whatever. Sima crosses his arms over his scarred chest. Something else? You don't seem fond of us, Estermorn. He hunches his hunched shoulders straighten. I fought in the Broken Stone War and the War of the Black Trees. I saw my brethren cut down defending the place of the builders, and I shed blood alongside Glavanrig himself. He coughs. Now the Estermorn seem to think that they will find a cure for their empty children among our sacred sites, or worse, that they will find sanctuary in our lands. His gaze darkens, and I've seen what happens when they set their sights on Glenfathan soil. From what we've seen, those sacred sites might actually have a cure. They protect those sites because someone told them to. You wish just once they'd have courage to question it. So, and this worries you, have pity, they're only children, they must fight back, give them a reason, or isn't there a room for you both? I'm going to go with diplomatic because I'm usually diplomatic and honest and rational. He snorts. In 200 years, Defiance Bay and New Haomar have outgrown their own crooked cobblestones. They ruptured and reek like bloated corpses. No, inviting them into our lands would only be the end of... Oh! That fell down. Would only be the end of us. In my 250 years, elves live long, I've led my people through 2 wars. Our borders have remained intact, and largely through the reputation of the 3-tusked Stelgar. His voice drops to a growl. I've sired a dozen children, but none have been deemed fit to take my place. I care nothing for the legacies that obsess the Estermorn lords, but it is important that my successor continues this path. Is your role hereditary? Not entirely. We believe that the souls of our ancestors come back to us, that a strong soul may bear many more, but all souls must be tested by our elders. The Ryo looked first among my children for a successor, but their souls were weak. Ordinarily, they would turn to others in my tribe, to clan heads and their families. Ordinarily, he levels his gaze. But we share tradition of fostering the children of other tribes, and the Anamfath, which is the leaders of each tribe, according to what I understand, or at least the people who convene in the Path of the Six and talk about stuff, I think. A fisher crane has trusted his youngest to my care. He grimaces, and as none of my own blood are fit to take my place, the Ryo will look next to this bog child, the kin of another Anamfath, Jesus, and my foster daughter to take my place. Couldn't you just send her back to her family? Bog child? His shoulders stiffen. I have nothing but respect for Fisher Crane, but their ways are not ours. The Orlands of Fisher Crane have lived in Thane Bog for 1,000 years. They are cunning and furtive by nature, which serves them well when they have swamplands to hide their movements. He crosses his arms, but this will not deter the Estremorn on open ground. My experience, soon as someone is in power decides he wants something that doesn't belong to him, there's no deterring at all. He points at the warriors gathered near the fire. Our savagery has deterred the Estremorn from further encroachment. They still tell of our deeds in the Broken Stone War, but if a child of Fisher Crane leads our tribe, we will lose that boldness, and the Estremorn will lose their fear of us. The child will be influenced by the souls of her ancestors. In times of a crisis, she will look to her kin in Thane Bog for guidance. No matter what I might try to teach her, it will not be enough. Rational too. He considers you. There is a way you could help. Few have the stomach for it, but I think you could have the perspective to see why certain unpleasantness may be necessary. He wants me to kill him. Go on. This Orlan girl is the soul of a leader. If it were passed to one of my own offspring, our tribe would remain strong. A Stelgar at Simic's side scratches its massive head on the Anumfath's leg. Jesus Christ, I'm having trouble with that word. He remains steady on his feet. The droids of Blood Sands have a way to do this, and they understand the importance of a strong line of succession for a three-tusked Stelgar. So basically he wants me, they're animancers, and he wants me to bring the child and bring another child and then transfuse the soul and because crap like that. I don't think I'll be doing this, but we'll see. Edda rubs the ridge of his nose. He rattles his head so if to clear cobwebs. So all we have to do is steal a baby's soul. What's the catch? He gives you a key. There's a house in the southeast Hearthsong, which is the original, the first area here. Next to the river, the child will be asleep and I've arranged for her to be unattended for a time. His voice becomes quite rumble. Take her and bring her to the keeper Wardha in Blood Sands. She knows what must be done. When she presents you with the liquid essence, bring it back to me. What will the keeper do with the child? His scarred face twists again. Have you seen the rituals of Blood Sands? She will sacrifice her. It is the only way to distill her essence. The grieving mother draws back in horror. What evil is this? To murder a child over a matter of politics. Her face twists into a mask of fury. We cannot allow this corruption, this madness to thrive. The Orlan child? Go on. I don't see why you need me to do this. How can you possibly expect to get away with this? Few know the girl is here, and one Orlan babe will look much the same as the next. He shrugs. But let me worry about that. Tell me about the potion that you need from Warda. Essence, bound and distilled into a liquid. It will have little immediate effect on me, but it will weave a stronger soul in my future issue. I should kill you for this. I should probably kill him for this. I don't see why... Okay, I don't see why you need me to do this, because I cannot do it without attracting undue attention, he frowns. I don't relish passing my own burdens into another, but this will incite a war between our tribes if I am caught. You deserve to be caught. Well, I definitely don't want to do this because he's an evil motherfucker. But let's see. Remind me where I can find the child. I know. She's staying in the house in Hearthsong. I should kill you for this. The Segars at his side growl. Surrounded by my best warriors? That would be unwise. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually attack him. That would be stupid. I won't do this. I do not relish the deed, but your centuries of leadership have taught me all the things bear a cost. He nods once. Consider it well, Estremor. I am not above rewarding those who are of service. I have questions about the task you asked of me. So yeah, I could always go back to it. We'll see. What do you do here? Tell me about the Three-Tusked Stelgar. The boldest and fiercest of the 6 tribes of Erglanfath. It was me who first defended against the Estermorn who came to shore 200 years ago. He raises his chin. We have always been the border tribe, and it has always fallen to us to hold the line against outsiders and invaders. What do you do here? The Enumfoth... Haha, I managed to say that. The Enumfoth of Three-Tusked Stelgar. I guide our tribe in all matters. He looked to the mean room of the hut where others have gathered. I am in Twin Elms to confer with some of the other Enumfoth about the Onolfen, your Hollowborn. We only have such births here on occasion, but it has made us more vigilant about our neighbors. One Stelgar stretches, flexing its claws. Simic's eyes narrow. There are some of us who believe your Onolfeth to be a punishment for the defilement of the builder's sites. Others say it's a plague carried by the Estermorn. People make it what they want it to be, and when it ends, if it ends, they'll make up reasons for that too. Okay, goodbye. So, new quest, Sacrificial Bloodlines. Fetch the Orland child from a house in the southeast Hearthstone. So I do actually still get the quest, even though I didn't exactly accept to do that quest. Okay, and now there's a dude. Laris, a young man approaches you with a swift and purposeful stride. While you never met him before, he has the same stern look, wild look as Simok. Wait, I saw you speaking with my father. Okay. Good. There's someone who wants to stop this madness. He doesn't speak until he's right next to you. When he does, his voice is quiet. Actually, I'm over here, and he's like over there, but sure. What's this about? He glances back at the room with Simok. He's asked you to sacrifice to Vela, hasn't he? He grits his teeth. Maybe he's right about Three-Tusked Stelgar growing weak, but if this is the price of strength, it isn't worth it. The tribe has survived this long because we're stuck together. Do you have another idea? He frowns. There's an herbalist among the Oviates of the Golden Grove, Belda. That's her name. They all gather southeast of here by the river. She could brew a poison. Simok wouldn't know the difference until it's too late. That's... There's a family resemblance. So, he wants me to poison his father instead. There's an easier way to kill Simok, you know? Swords? Okay, why not just return the child to her birth parents? It's complicated. A child sent to be fostered by another tribe isn't allowed to return. Unfortunately, explaining that we're shielding her from my father would make matters much worse. For both tribes. He tugs at a thin beard. You want me to murder your father? No, but it's better than allowing him to murder his child. If Simok dies, you're next in line. It's not like that. The Rio have already determined that my soul isn't strong enough. Whoever follows my father, it won't be me. I've got to think about this. Is the most... There's an easier way to kill Simok, you know, which is just kill him, but... his warriors would surround you in no time. Besides, it's simplest if this happens quietly. Yeah, I could kick his ass, just to be very clear, but yeah, poison is definitely clear. So, yeah, I'll have to think about this. I hope you don't have to think too hard about it. With another glance at Simok's chambers, he backs towards the door. I'm warning you now, Estermorn, don't go anywhere near Vela. I'm my father's son in one regard, anyway. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna kill Simok because he's such an asshole, and it seems like a little bit better than that. Do what's right. I'm counting on you. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna sacrifice a child. We'll see how it works out, but I'm definitely not gonna sacrifice a child. Because that is bull honky. That is bull honky. Yeah, I'm a nice guy like that, you know? I'm a nice guy like that. But yeah, I definitely see that they're crazy motherfuckers. I've been saying motherfucker a lot today. I wonder why. Anyway, evil assholes. I'll use evil assholes from now on. So Bloodsands is the top, and this is the actual area where we continue the main quest. So let's go to the right here first, and see Oviate and Bleda. Bleda and Oviates. I'm assuming these, yeah, can't really talk to them. So before we talk to Bleda and Tamron, golden leaves flash and shine as they fall from the trees. The bark feels warm. The roots almost seem to twine around your hand. Sure. Oh yeah, you must gather your party before venturing forth.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, I still can't go to there, to the burial isle. Golden leaves flash and shine as they fall from the trees. Golden celery! Num num num. Okay, so let's talk to the 3 people we have that have names here and are worthy of talking to me. I should probably make a big save at some point. Alright, so Belinda. The elf holds a chipped wooden pipe. The sweet smoke wafting from the bow makes you dizzy. Welcome, Mr. Moore. I've got herbs and potions for sale. Looking for something to ease your travels or something to make them more interesting. When she grins, you see her teeth and gums are stained brown. I'd like to see your stock. I heard that you can make certain poisons. She takes a deep draw on her pipe. Poisons? I only deal in tonics that heal and enlighten. She exhales a puff of smoke. Of course, many beneficial substances can be harmful when taken in greater quantity, but that's just Werther's way of keeping all things in balance. Really? What kind of substances? Excuse me. She leans against the winding tree trunk and takes the items off her fingers. Oh, there's plenty. Concentrated carogolan, undistilled spider venom, rotten blood moss extract, cave coral mixed with skein bone. So, how do I know which one of them to take? I don't. Give me undistilled spider venom, please. I'd like some concentrated Okay. She stops counting and scratches her head. What would you want that something... with something like that? Well, my friend Stelgar is dying and he wants to see the creature passing. I just thought I'd experiment with it and see what happens. It's not deceptive, which is weird. She frowns, her teeth clamped around the pipe. Poor thing. Here, take this. She gives you a vial filled with a dark fluid. It works slowly, but this will send him back to the cycles kindly enough. Just see that it doesn't get misplaced. Half that dose would kill an She taps Ash. Was there anything else you could do for you? I'd like to see your stocks. Cool. So, tricks him into drinking the poison.
Hey.
Well, we'll see if I'll manage to do that at all. I don't know. Tamrawan. Hail to you. May your time in the Golden Grove be enriching. Through his eyes are closed and his posture still, the man before you keeps his head aimed at you, and if carefully following your movements. If you're in need of services, speak with Bleda. She will give you good serve. What can you tell me of the Golden Grove? We are naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. The Oviates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of the natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore the world for themselves. Okay, cool. And let's talk to main person called Iswald. I think I was supposed to talk to Iswald about something. I mean, I remember the name Iswald for some reason. Let's see. An elf with placid green eyes nods in greeting. Welcome to the Golden Grove, traveler. Do you seek the wisdom of our herbalists, or simply to bask in Werther's glory? Who leads your order? High Oviate Arona leads us. She sometimes journeys to Elm Shore to renew her strength. However, she's there now with some of her closest followers, in fact. Arona is a mighty elm among us. She's lived for generations. There are none who understand the world as well as she, and we are fortunate to have her wisdom to answer our questions. I'd like to know more about Arona. Her eyes brighten. Why, you must meet her for yourself. She is wise and kind, and she has led our order from the beginning. Yet she walks among us and gives freely of herself. She turns her gaze to the great twisting elms. That is what so many of us cherish about her. She is present among us in a way that the gods never are. Tell me about the Golden Grove. We are Oviates, droids, philosophers, and students of nature. We gather here to share our knowledge and celebration. She gestures to another elven woman standing near the entrance to the grove. Many travelers come for the poultices and remedies. Bleda understand the cures and poisons of nature like no other. What do you believe? We believe that knowledge is found in the earnest exploration of the natural world. She tilts her head. We do not, as some have said, oppose the gods. We simply believe that we have found a brighter, more peaceful path than devotion. I must go. Okay. So I guess I could go meet her over in Elm Shore, which I haven't seen her when I was there, but now she probably is there, I guess. So before we go over there, let's try and... We might have to actually cross the river before being able to go there. So the clear water tastes sweet and refreshing. Yeah, so apparently in order to reach there, we have to go around. So, okay, let's pass the bridge and see what happens. I don't know. Maybe something will happen. It's crazy. Or maybe nothing will happen. Maybe we'll just know. Maybe something will happen. I knew it!
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, New sheep continue to flock to Avarra ex Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
Even for him it was difficult. Avarra ex Incios was difficult to say. You honor me, Great Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Avarra's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
But how would we get to Avarra? Well, how would you get Avarra to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Better Inquisition? Still better Inquisition than Dragon Age. Funny. Okay. So we're slowly learning about the past. And okay, stuff happened. So these are the Delmgan sisters, apparently, which are apparently made of wood. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves, like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
One of them extends a snarl of roots towards you that snakes and twists together to form something like an open hand, palm down.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
The other stares at you unblinkingly, and her frown deepens, her face creaks.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
I'm the good guy.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
Probably gonna go with honest. I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you've already met him. I heard there was a commotion here and I came to investigate. Deceptive, which is a lie. My business concerns the health of this land and you would be wise to aid me, which is diplomatic. But sounds a little contemplating, so screw that. I've forgotten my purpose is the presence of such legendary beauty. Have I begun hallucinating in double? Oh, it's such a douchey thing to say. I'll gladly burn this place down, but I have more pressing concerns. So yeah, honest as usual.
There! By his own admission, Sheena.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial.
Yeah, I want to kill him. Rhiannon opens her mouth to respond, but all that escapes her knotted lips in an exasperated, rustling sigh.
The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Thales not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
I have a problem and he's the only one who can fix it. Honest. I don't fully know myself, which is also honest. I'll go with one, though. Stopping him might end Wadewynn's legacy. We must face justice for his transgressions, which is rational and true. He crossed me, I intend to get my revenge. We seem to be linked and I need to know why. My reasons are my own. No, we'll go with the first one. I have a problem and he's the only one who can fix it.
Ah, so you do. I should have seen it when you first approached.
Sheeta's eyes scan over you for a moment, and you have the strangest sense that she is looking beneath your skin.
We are slipping in our advanced age, sister.
I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
Thanks. I just need to see Theos.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
Oh well, I guess we're done then. The game is over because we're fucked and we're gonna die. What's she mean? I thought Merwold said this is permanent? I'm sorry. We did not come down this road together to be refused passage by a pair of talking saplings. To be chained to such a past, her face is pale, her eyes hollow, a bitter and grievous thing, Watcher. So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
No, but I hope it would be something I could forget. I'd have tried to put things right. I would live with it if I could. That or kill the men who brought it up. I had to believe in something. I didn't have a choice. I'd rather have tried to put things right. A noble thought, but for the lifetimes that separate you from your problems.
However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
Sheeta? She? That's that is Sheeta? Really? Okay.
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
Well, I'm gonna die either way, so might as well, you know. What is it? Tell me!
You must already know by now.
Mm-hmm.
You are linked by a common past.
Noticed?
Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain.
Mm-hmm.
But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Awesome.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos, would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
It's kind of a dick, yeah.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos's path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you know where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
Okay.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Ho ho.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow.
So I have to die to get there?
The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
Or like a really long rope.
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
Okay, it's not really helping. How to ever get to the gods to... How to get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself, and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help?
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Well, then, yeah. Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should
I
think.
would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
I hate all the gods, man. Well, Magran is nice because I got Durance, I guess, but I don't know. Is there no other way?
No.
Oh, how do I pray? Okay, I'm sorry.
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well.
When the stars in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. Okay, okay, we'll see.
You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
This sounds like a really annoying puzzle, to be honest. It sounds like it's gonna be really just kind of bullshit puzzle, but I don't know, we'll see what actually happens.
What do you wish to know?
How did you know I was pursuing Theos?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
Well, clearly you have to share some kind of similarities with your arch villain, because like duh, you're supposed to be, we're alike. He has to be able to say that, and then you say, no, we're not, and then standard stuff, standard superhero stuff. You mentioned that people come to these elms without knowing why. A soul has a will all its own. Its needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Yeah. Well, I'm down with love too. Just saying. But there's no romances in this game for some reason. Well, for time reasons probably. So I guess we'll go peace.
Or vengeance.
This one's feisty. I want to know about you two.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here, caretakers and defenders of this place. Our journey has been over time, but not distance, measured in observations, but not experiences. We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and built again. The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred my sister so.
Mm-hmm.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
Sure. He's the final boss. I'll make sure to kick his ass. I need to know about praying for the support of the gods.
We will tell you what we can.
Oh, you already told me everything.
What do you wish to know?
Yeah, so bye.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I won't know until I get there. I need to understand our history, so it may be put to rest, nothing more. He must be destroyed. I would return him to the wheel of life and death, so he may trouble me no more. I wish to undo the harm he's caused. I would set him on a better path. I would take his place in power for myself. I think I won't know until I get there is the most honest thing that I could say, because I honestly don't know. Alright.
A great many questions still to be answered.
Totally. More gameplay to be played.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours.
Ho ho ho.
And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
Okay. We get a lot of experience. And, yeah. Pray to the gods and tear everyone. Okay. Okay. Alright. New quest. Tons of quests that get like a bajillion quests. Travel to the Burial Isle, but first we gotta pray to the gods and stuff. And I have all of the things. Okay. And aside from all of the things, we also want to go in this place. Supplicant. Supplicant? The hell are supplicants? Yeah. Okay, so let's just go in here and see what's up with this place, and then we'll be done for today. Interesting stuff. I'm wondering what praying to the gods means, but okay. I guess we'll see. And yeah, still the remainder of the city to explore, and some quests, some small quests to do, and then go in there and kick some ass. I guess there's also the endless paths, which I need to do. But I was told that the ending of the endless paths, it's not. I thought it was procedurally generated at some point, and it was actually endless or something. But I guess I was completely wrong. And ooh, blood sands. Okay, this area isn't actually shown to me. I actually need to explore it. So I'm weirded out a little bit, and I'm wondering if I have to fight anything. So yeah, it's supposed to be the hardest boss in the game. It's an optional boss. You don't have to go to the endless paths, but it's supposed to be harder than the last boss, than Theos, and you shouldn't really attempt it unless you're level 12 and maxed out. So I thought I'll get to level 12 first, and then actually go and do that. We'll see. The Ethic welcomes your presence, supplicants. Interesting area. Essence taken by force may sustain one, but essence given freely empowers many. Okay. Naka. Keeper Goros. Okay, let's start talking to people here and see where what the fuck's going on. A dwarven man stands motionless near the roaring fire that lights the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land, supplicants. Come forth. A gust of smoke curls around him, licking the charred flesh that bulges on his forearms. They suddenly flex. Estramor. The dwarf holds his fist in a tight grip. Your kin does not come here to share with the tribes what you want. What is this place? Blood sands. The dwarf picks up on his scarred forearm. His guttural sigh mingles with the cracking of wood and bones behind him. As I said, Estramorans rarely visit our halls. The Glonfothans call this place Blood Sands. We call it home. The Ithic Gnaw has tended the land from within this cave since before the arrival of the tribes to Twin Elms. Goros crosses his arms. Be warned, Estramor. We bleed life to nurture it. Our sacrifices may strike you as savage, but the health of these lands depends on them, and it's unseemly for guests to insult their hosts. Tell me about the sacrifices. Spreads his stocky legs apart and locks his forearms. Everything must die to return anew, Estramor. Through the sacrificial rites, we offer supplicants the honor of giving their most prestigious gift, precious gift, back to their brethren, back to their land. The dwarf lifts his fist, thick and mottled by red scars. The blood gives us strength. Even the Glonfothans have come to depend on the blood paint. They brim with the power before battles, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. Tell me about the Ethic Null. Our order has thrived for generations. Before we came to Twin Elms, our rights fed the lands of the Eastern Mountains. Now we share blood with Eir Glonfoth. He opens his palms, strikes of red skin run through them like flames. To everything that must end, our sacrifices bring a new beginning. He looks up. We sustain what's to come. Goodbye. Remember, Estermore, you're a guest in these halls. Respect our ways, and we will tolerate your presence among us. Alright. Chill, bro. Whoa. 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 Okay. Talon. Okay. Anfatha have called upon the Ethic Null for war paint at some point. So I guess it's just war paint made of
Keeping an eye out.
basically blood. Oh yeah, I can steal some
Point the way.
stuff. And there's an earth blight here.
I shall be discreet.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Keeper.
What?
No problem.
Get to steal that. And walk around. Keeper, Werda.
Laying low.
Can I steal this? Nope, I can't. What did I have? Is she someone that I need to talk to? I don't remember. Let's just start there and see. The elderly dwarf blinks at you, not quite looking at you. Her eyes are pale and clouded with cataract. Welcome to Blood Sands. It is rare that an Estermore sets foot in these caverns. Her sightless eyes fix on you as she tilts her head. What brings you here, I wonder? What do you do here? I sell and maintain certain goods for the preservation of our order, and I perform some of our ritual sacrifices. Something more? How do these sacrifices work? Like any worthwhile ritual, it's too complex to explain in detail. It involves clouding the supplicant's essence, binding it to their life's blood, and drawing it into a container or vessel. Tell me about the Blood Sands. This the raw, bloody heart of Eir Glonfoth, where some come to give their essence back to their people. Her dry lips bend into a sardonic grin, where others seek a noble escape from their trials. The legacy of the builders to the tribes was not merely Adra and stone, but a sense of community, and it is here that Glonfothans come to sacrifice what is most precious, even their own lives, to preserve it. I'd like to see your wares. Flask of War. What does this do? Accuracy. Whoa. 15 accuracy damage and maximum endurance for 20 seconds. 20 seconds is really not a lot, but this is like really good. It's really sick. Cool. Cool. Portrait of Iris skin and stuff. And it costs a lot of money. But I'm so close to 6 digits. I gotta get to 6 digits, man. I gotta.
Hey.
Okay. So she sells you stuff. Earth Blight. Chanter. Okay. I wonder if there's like a quest where you go in and kill everybody. It seems like there would be.
I'll see what I can find.
Haha. Oh ho ho. Ho ho ho. Found you. I wonder if I go in and people will start killing me. Hopefully not. No, it seems like, oh, it's just like they're...
Nice and
Oh, there you go.
quiet.
Just like, okay.
There, done.
Sick. Awesome. This is the trap. See this? Do you see this little skull? I don't know if you can see this skull. There's a skull there. Property speed. Movement speed. Ooh, I like movement speed. And flasks of war paint. Cool. Cool. Let's give it to him. And then this one,
Would you
also
look at
trap
this?
protected. Trap disarmed. And bonus melee damage from wounds. Oh, it's monk only. Well, yeah, makes sense. Okay. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Interesting. I don't have a monk, sadly. There's a lot of people in here. Whoa, okay, that's... Whoa, okay. Let's save before we... Whoa. Blood and stuff. Okay. Supplicant, chanters, and... Oh, can I steal this? Yeah, I can. Cool.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
A dwarven man stands on a raised platform. Beneath him, an elf lies prone on a stone table. As you get closer, you hear the dwarf speak in a gravely monotone. Yes, the elf's voice is high but even. The dwarf grabs a hatchet with both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulders forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thump. Blood gushes around the blade and the sacrifice's screams rend the air. Allah's lips curl with disgust. This is why I prefer the wand to the blade. Despite his earlier agreement, the elf thrashes atop the stone table, his torso arcing while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide and allows blood to spatter his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls his hatchet from the body and wipes it on his hem. Alright. Cool, I guess? I don't think so. That's disturbing. Let's go talk to Archdruid person. Restin. The dwarf wears crimson robes that are stained and streaked with dark patches. His face is smooth but lacking youthful elasticity. It's as if the lines and wrinkles have been formed and erased many times over. He watches you with eyes like two black pits as he wipes his hatchet on his robes. Hail, Mr. Moore.
No one comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
His voice is deep and rough-edged. Well, yeah, I can hear it. It echoes like a river in an ancient cave. You murdered a man right there. Like, not really. Who are you?
I am the Archdruid of the Ethic Null. For centuries it has been my duty to guide our rituals and guard our knowledge. It is work that requires a certain resilience, but it is not without its benefits.
Reston's eerily smooth face is motionless as he watches you. You murdered a man right there. Benevolent, too. He lowers his head. Your simplistic morals do not apply here, Mr. Moore. Murder does not enter into it.
It was a sacrifice, and one willingly entered into. The survival of all things depends on balance. Give and take.
The smooth skin at the corners of his mouth and eyes wrinkle for one brief instant. This principle lies at the heart of all power. Expanding something of value releases energy. Energy that can be channeled by those who know how. He tilts his head towards you. All kith, whether or not they care to admit it, practice this. We take the yield of the land and the flesh of beasts to live, and we give our blood and sweat to propagate the things we desire. Attack. I won't let you continue these vile sacrifices. Passionate and aggressive. Yeah, I don't think I want to fight everybody here, but I definitely see it happening. I can see what you mean. That sounds brutal. He gives you a reproachful croak. The world is brutal. Nothing is gained by closing one's eyes against it. Better to recognize these realities than that they might better serve you. I invite you to explore our halls and speak with our supplicants. One can learn much by observing the sacrifices others are willing to make for a greater purpose. Perhaps you will even consider making a sacrifice of your own. He opens his hand towards you. The creases and nails are darkened and brown. Not all of our sacrifices are written in blood, but the most powerful are. Tell me more about the Ethic Null. We are a druidic order that has been in Twin Elms since Ingwithian times. Our founders came from the White March, seeking a place where we might practice our beliefs in peace, as it were. Unlike most of our Glenfallen brethren, we seek answers in the world around us rather than in the teachings of the gods. We believe that all life has power and that this power can be siphoned and conducted. We are not, as some suggests, madmen and murderers. All of our rituals are conducted with willing participants and through methods that have been tested and refined over centuries. He nods, his black eyes shining. This allows us to create the war paint for which we are respected, if not loved. I want to know more about your sacrifices. A guttural laugh rumbles from his throat. We merely believe that in giving us something of value, the energy from that sacrifice can be diverted elsewhere. It is not so different from what folk practice all over the world. If you want to turn the soil, sail a ship, or move a cart, you must expend energy. He smooths his robes. But we're best known for our practice of kith sacrifice. This is the most potent form of sacrifice because it releases the most energy. We distill the essence of an entire soul into raw power that can strengthen the body, fortify the soul, and extend life. What's war paint? A special ungent binding raw essence to the wearer. It grants incredible advantages in combat and has made us indispensable to the tribes. Whatever they say about our practices, almost all of them have made use of our war paint at some time or another. A slow smile spreads across his face. Fascinating indeed how the most strident objections can be overcome by circumstance. I'd like to buy war paint. I'm no merchant. I'll talk to the keeper Warda. She's around here somewhere. How are you different from the oviates of the Golden Grove? A dry laugh rasps. Golden Grove. I remember when Arona came up with the name. He gives you a dark, gleeful look. Used to be as green as the rest of the forest, you know. We're more similar than they'd like to admit. We both believe in achieving power without the double-edged aid of the gods. But their fantasy is pure creation, something from nothing. They bind themselves to the fact that all life, from the mightiest dragon to the slimmest blade of grass, requires death, and the greatest ends requires the greatest sacrifice. An interesting thought. I'll have to ponder it further. A wise enough sentiment. That's all I wanted to know. And farewell. Okay, cool. Very interesting.
Hey.
I would consider killing everybody, but, you know. And also, we're really far into what I usually do. So, let's try and get rid of finishing this area. I think we've, like, pretty much looked everywhere that it could. Just go up here. You can barely see anything. Just go up here and see that there's nothing. Keeper, Chanter, Greater Earthblight, and here there is. Bravest sons and daughters fall before the swords. Yeah, I can't actually click that. I mean, I can. I just don't want to do that now. No,
hey.
Everybody, please. Keeper, Greater Earthblight, whatever. And so we've been here. We have to go over to the left, to the right side, where there's probably nothing. Hopefully, essence without the nurture. Essence will nurture flesh, and the essence without the strength in it. There's more stuff here, and these are flame blights. The heat emanating from this pool threatens to singe the flesh of your face. The face of your face. Okay. And yeah, there's probably nothing much more to do around here.
I'll take a look. This won't stop me for long.
Empty? What? Is this a bug? Empty. Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna just go. Let's see if there's anything cool in here. No, there isn't.
Huh?
Just to see if there's anything interesting.
Margaret's fire casts
Yeah, there's
light
nothing
upon
interesting other than some gold, which I really know. Oh, okay. The gift of sensuous flower. Okay, they're all supplicant chanters. Into the water. Okay, they're singing and stuff. The blood of sacrifices waters the soul of every glandfall.
Huh?
Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say, dude. Oh, Naka. Let's talk to Naka, and then we can get the hell out of here and finish this. Yeah, we're going into the passing our record of 1 hour and 10 seconds. 10 minutes. The petitioner before you is swaddled in loose-fitting robes. Her hair is greasy and matted. A glossy film of sweat and grime coats her exposed skin. She has swollen features of pregnancy and several missing teeth in her big, grinning smile. As you approach, she slowly turns to you and examines you from head to toe, smiling the entire time. Joy stays to you, she says, despite coming from a weary body. Her voice sounds resonant and relaxed. I am Naka, midwife and lorekeeper. Her hands run across the slight bulge in her belly. She rolls her head back and sighs up relaxed purr. What? Okay, are you feeling well? Flawless, she replies. Apologies, I should have be left to my meditation. The rite of strength is invigorating, almost overwhelming to the senses. She reaches down and cradles her Betty in her hands and turns away. Joy stays to you. I'm Naka, midwife and lorekeeper. I don't have time for this. Okay, so I have no idea what the hell just happened, but whatever. I'm just gonna save as I'm pretty much done in this place. And I've got more to explore here in Elm Shore, in Twin Elms. God damn it, in Twin Elms. But very interesting customs and cultures and stuff like that. Let's see how it progresses and what we actually decide to do. Maybe I'll go in and murder everybody. Who knows? It'll be fun. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to play this week as well. So I guess we'll be probably very close to where we are right now next week. I've said I'll be finishing this game in like fast, but it's not as fast as I thought. I'm really busy lately for reasons. Let's just not get into that. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.